Today, let's talk about something we all crave but often struggle to attain: freedom. Not just political or financial freedom, but personal freedom. The ability to live life on our own terms, without feeling trapped by external pressures or societal expectations. We often think of freedom as something external, something given or taken away by governments, corporations, or circumstances. But true freedom is an internal state of mind, and yet many of us unknowingly imprison ourselves in ways we don't even realize. The book How I Found Freedom in an Unfree World by Harry Browne shared two biggest traps which all of us have fallen into and taken away our own freedom. Both of these mindsets keep us locked in cycles of frustration, resentment, and dependence on others. But once we understand and break free from these patterns, we can live with greater peace, autonomy, and authenticity. The first one is, we think we should behave as everyone else does. From an early age, we are conditioned to fit in. Society tells us what success looks like, what kind of job to have, what kind of relationships to pursue, what kind of lifestyle to adopt. We are taught to follow the crowd because it feels safe. We assume that if we do what everyone else is doing, we will be accepted, respected, and secure. But the truth is, when we conform to societal expectations at the expense of our own values, we sacrifice our freedom. We live according to other people's definitions of success instead of our own. We suppress our true desires and settle for lives that may look good on the outside but feel empty on the inside. Think about it. How many people follow a career path just because it's stable or prestigious, even if they hate it? How many people stay in relationships because it's what's expected of them, even if they're unhappy? How many people silence their true opinions because they fear being judged? Freedom comes when we stop living for others and start living for ourselves. That doesn't mean rejecting society entirely or being selfish. It means having the courage to define our own values, make choices that align with our true selves, and let go of the need for approval. So ask yourself, are you living the life you truly want, or the life you think you should want? If you find yourself trapped in the expectations of others, start small. Say no to things that don't serve you. Pursue passions that excite you, even if they seem unconventional. Allow yourself to step outside the mold and embrace what makes you unique. Because the moment you stop living to please others is the moment you start experiencing real freedom. The second trap is often less obvious, but just as dangerous for our freedom as the first one. And that is when we think everyone else should do things the way we do. We believe that others should think, behave, and live the way we do. We get frustrated when people don't share our views, our values, or our way of doing things. We assume that our way is the right way, and if only others would follow it, the world would be better. But this mindset is just another form of control. It binds us to expectations we cannot fulfill, because no matter how much we wish for it, people will never behave exactly as we want them to. Think about how much energy we waste trying to change others, arguing with people online, resenting family members who don't share our beliefs, feeling annoyed when people make choices different from ours. This isn't freedom. This is attachment. And attachment leads to suffering. True freedom comes when we let go of the need to control others. When we accept that people are different, that they have their own perspectives, their own journeys, and their own right to make choices, even if we don't agree with them, and understand that nobody owes us anything. Instead of frustration, we can choose curiosity. Instead of judgment, we can choose acceptance. We don't have to agree with everyone, but we do have to accept that they have the right to be who they are, just as we do. When we release the expectation that the world should conform to us, we find peace. We free ourselves from unnecessary anger, disappointment, and resentment. And we focus on what we can control: ourselves, our actions, and our own happiness. Freedom isn't something we have to wait for. It's not something granted by governments or circumstances. It's something we claim for ourselves by changing our mindset, shifting our perspective, and letting go of the invisible chains we place on our own lives. When we stop seeking approval and stop demanding control, we find something incredible: a life that is truly our own. And that, my friends, is real freedom.